Wow. Excellent. Oh, there's, we can let her back in. Yeah. Hello, hello. Welcome to our How to Use Our Essential Oils Safely and Confidently class. My name is Doris, and this is Earline. Earline, can you say hi?
Hi, everyone.
Hello, Earline. She will be making sure that I don't miss anything. We are going to be covering essential oil basics, tips and points, and little points that you'll be able to use on your daily essential oil routine. We personally, me and Arlene, we use Young Living essential oils in our households. Young Living is the original essential oil company. We trust them when it comes to how they produce these amazing oils. You can do more research into that when you go to seed2seal.com. Essential oils, in essence, are very potent. So be cautious when you use them. Remember, a little bit goes a long way. So a lot of it isn't going to be more beneficial. A little bit goes a long way, and you can always build off of that. There's 3 different ways that we can use our essential oils that I personally use my essential oils. It's topically, so putting it onto your skin. Aromatically, so smelling it, whether from the bottle or whether from your diffuser, as you can see back here. And internally. Did you know that each bottle of essential oil from Young Living actually comes with instructions? So here is a little bit of a tidbit for you as you're using your essential oils. All bottles from Young Living have directions on the label. For example, this is frankincense, which is the king of oils, which is one I turn to all the time. It mentions here its science name. It also mentions that we can use it topically, and it says apply 2 to 4 drops directly to desired area, dilution not required, except for the most sensitive skin, and use as needed. And it also says aromatically, you can diffuse up to 1 hour 3 times a day. And then it gives you cautions, it gives you instructions. And that's what I just love about these oils. It lets you know how to use them so that you can be successful and have a pleasant experience. Some oils, just so you know, should not be ingested. The bottle will let you know. So in specific, I'm going to show you here lavender. So I have lavender in the solid label, and I have lavender in the vitality label. So that means it can be ingested. My husband last night took a couple of drops so that he could sleep really well through the night, and he sure did. He had a great night's rest. So keep that in mind, is that the label itself will let you know how to use it. So you don't have to feel like panicky, like, oh no, what do I do? And no, the label from a Young Living bottle will let you know how to use your oils. Now, there are other oils that should not be ingested, like Stress Away. It will let you know just to use it aromatically. Raven also is one we just use aromatically or topically. So these bottles will let you know. Now, I always remind oilers, whether you're getting started or you've been using essential oils for a long time, less is always more. You can always add another drop. So start slow, whether you're using your oils topically, aromatically, or internally. So in your diffuser, you can set your diffuser so that it turns on and off throughout the day, and just kind of have those oils going through your house all day long, but just taking those breaks in between. Now, another thing we're going to cover today is dilution. We want to dilute when necessary. So due to how strong these oils really are, these are oils that we're not just getting from the store. These are oils that are fully potent. So we want to make sure that we are ready to dilute when needed. If ever irritation occurs, then you just want to apply carrier oil, which is what we're going to be talking about next. What is a carrier oil? So carrier oil is your essential oils BFF. So our carrier oil, like jojoba or fractionated coconut oil or olive oil, just think of a fatty oil that's going to help to carry the essential oil onto your body and into your body, onto and into your body. So this way we can use our essential oils in a comfortable manner. Very interesting to note is that using a carrier oil with our essential oil, it is not going to dilute the effect of the essential oil. And it's also going to help our essential oil to last longer on our body and go into our body way easier. So carrier oil is just something you're going to want to add to your just kind of part of your list when you get started with essential oils. Make sure you grab, for me in particular, if you're asking me, what do I use jojoba for my face. Why? Because it doesn't clog pores. And I use coconut, fractionated coconut oil, so coconut oil in its liquid form, for any roller that I make, like this right here. So I have this roller, I have coconut oil in here, and I have my essential oils in here as well. And this is what I roll onto our body. And that way we're using our oil safely, but we're also getting the benefits from the essential oil. A reminder also that's really important is to be careful where you apply these oils. So you don't ever want to apply them into your eyes or into your ear or anywhere that has mucous membrane, so your nose. Never do that because it's sensitive. So if you do ever do that, which happens, my husband got thieves in his eye a few weeks ago, what you're going to do is grab your trusted carrier oil. So you grab your coconut oil, if you're in the kitchen and you put thieves in your eye, grab your olive oil, it's okay. And then just put some on your fingers and you're going to rub it. Let's say you got it in your eye. You got some in your eye and it's burning. You're going to put that oil, the carrier oil, around your eye, and you're going to start to feel immediate relief. And within 5 minutes, it'll almost feel all better. It's amazing. So just always use carrier oil, never use water, because the water will just make it worse. It will not dilute. Now we're going to talk about hot oils. This goes right into hot oils because we're talking about getting oils where we don't want them to be. A hot oil is an oil that when we apply it to our skin causes a warming or a hot sensation on it. So you always want to do a patch test, especially if you are someone that has more sensitive skin. You want to do a patch test, even if it's lavender. We just want to do a patch test, make sure how our skin reacts to it. But if it's an oil like thieves or peppermint, or we were talking about, me and Arlene were talking about cassia earlier, wintergreen, you always want to make sure you have your carrier oil along with you, because those are oils that when you put them on your skin, you're going to feel a sensation. And that sensation could be unpleasant. So you want to make sure that you're always using a carrier when you're using oils as powerful and as, you could say, spicy as that, like cinnamon, clove, anything that you would say, oh, I could put that in a curry. Just be mindful. You probably aren't going to want to put it on your skin without a carrier along with it. One way that I use my oils every single day is aromatically. So as you can see, I have my diffuser going right here that my hubby filled for me today. So we use it in our diffusers. I also will just, let's say I need to take a nice deep breath. I'll open up my bottle. This is Raven, and I'll take a smell just like that. It just helps you take that nice deep breath. But another way that I use my oils every single day, and this is my go-to, I do this at nighttime, I do it during the day, is I'll grab, in specific here, I have frankincense because it's my favorite. And this is what I'll do. It's called a scent tent. So you'll put 1 drop in your hand and you'll just rub your hands together like this. And you just cup over your nose and mouth, and you're going to take some nice deep breaths. What is amazing about taking that moment and taking those nice deep breaths with specifically, let's say, frankincense, peace and calming, stress away, lavender and bergamot, these oils help with your emotional command center and to calm things down. So when you're taking that pause to breathe these oils in, you'll notice some amazing things happen to your body. So my recommendation is always try the scentant. I know it might seem weird. You're like, what is Doris doing? Doris is just letting her olfactory system do its job and really help my brain to calm down. Especially because I get nervous because I'm public speaking. So now, so when you do the scentant, let me know. Message me and tell me, because for me, I know that has been so beneficial for me and my family to just get into the habit of taking that break and taking the sentence. Now, something I wanted to mention that has to do with safety, especially during the summer months or in places that aren't like the frozen tundra where I live, is photosensitivity. So right now it's winter time, it's very cloudy. I don't really worry about photosensitivity very much, but when the sun is out, we want to worry about photosensitivity and essential oils. What is photosensitivity? It's basically a condition in which the skin becomes sensitive to sunlight or any other form of ultraviolet light and may burn easily. So some oils are photosensitive. So we want to avoid applying to skin that will be directly out in the sunshine. So keep that in mind, because basically if you've ever put some like lemon, back in the day, they would do lemon in your hair to give it natural highlights. That's having an effect. The sun with the lemon in our hair. Same thing can happen with an essential oil that's photosensitive. I wanted to show you how easy it is to find out if an oil is photosensitive. Right on the label, you're going to look and it's going to say, here we go. It says, avoid direct sunlight or UV rays for up to 12 hours after applying product. So you don't ever have to worry like, oh no, I don't know whether this oil is photosensitive or not. Well, just look at the label, it'll let you know. So in specific, you'd really want to heavily dilute or specifically just use it at nighttime, right before bed. Especially if we're using like lemon to brighten our skin, we want to use that with jojoba, heavily diluted, and we want to use it at nighttime. We don't want to put lemon on our face and then go out in the sun because we're not going to like how that feels. So just keep that in mind. Also, when it comes to internally taking it in or getting it on our lips, because I'll drink some lemon right in my water, I'll use a straw instead of just because the oil could get on your lips and also then you'd have not a pleasant experience out in the sun. Now, this opens up our conversation into the ingestion of oils. So you always want to read the label and do your research. Never ingest store-bought oils because, and you'll see, they'll have a very clear warning on them, or at least they should. You don't ever want to ingest those oils. Young Living makes a line of vitality oils. So you'll be able to see that when you look at the bottle and it'll say vitality on it. Now, a fact for you to know is that this bottle of lavender oil and this bottle of lavender oil, they're the same exact oil. Young Living just makes sure to label it that you can ingest it. This is what they do. And so you can kind of figure out what I'm letting you know by that. It's the same exact oil. You just want to make sure that you are making the choice to look at the vitality label and look at whether you can ingest it or not. So again, like an oil like Stress Away, you wouldn't ingest because there's no vitality oil. That's Stress Away. You just smell it. You just apply it to your skin. Some ways that I ingest my vitality oils is lemon and water. I'll make a capsule. So I wanted to show you. These are capsules you can buy right from Amazon or from Young Living's website. And you can make your own capsule. And what you would be doing, you just open it up, you put your drop of vitality oil in there, and then you take I have olive oil already in a dropper so that it's easy to make my capsules. And I just put the little olive oil in there, fill her up, cover it, and just drink it with a cup of water. That's it. That's how you make a capsule. Also, a little tip that you can use when you're getting started, you don't want to use too much of the oil, is you grab yourself a toothpick and you can just I'll do this for my coffee in the morning. If I want peppermint in my coffee or lavender, I'll just stick the toothpick just like this, let it absorb a little bit, pull it out, and I'll swirl it in my cup of coffee or in my tea. And that way you're just getting a hint of it, just not too much. Because, we don't want to, I don't know. I don't personally want to feel like I'm drinking coffee and lavender petals and have that in my mouth. It's not pleasant. Same thing with peppermint. Peppermint and hot cocoa, delicious, but not when it's a whole drop of peppermint and you're like, oh, that's not a good feeling. And peppermint, heads up, peppermint and brownies, delicious. Okay. So you can bake with the vitality oils. We're heading right here to the end, and we're going to be covering pets, children, and pregnancy. When it comes to our furry family members, because their olfactory system is way more sensitive than ours as humans, we want to be careful with them. We want to start low and slow. This is what I'm always going to encourage you, regardless whether you have pets or not, but go low and slow and make sure the door is open. Do not lock them in the bedroom with your diffuser pumping Raven and peppermint or whatever in the air. They're not going to like it at all. So don't do that. Make sure that they have a way out. So if they want to be in the room, great. If they don't want to be in the room, great. They can find their way out. When it comes, also message us, let us know. And we will send you a great article that breaks down how to use oils with pets, as well as more about the Young Living Pets line, which is, it is called, what's the Young Living Pets line?
I think is it Animal Sense?
Do you remember? I don't know. Well, just message. I can't hear you earlier.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Line? Now I can.
Which one?
Animal Sense, I think.
Animal Sense. There we go. I was like, why am I not thinking?
Sorry.
That's perfect. So it's Animal Sense. And then we can also send you an article that breaks down how to use essential oils with our pets. Now, when it comes to babies and kids, can we use essential oils? Yes, you sure can. And I hope you do, because essential oils really help so much when it comes to our routines with our kiddos. Something to keep in mind is you dilute further. If for an adult, you're going to use a certain amount of essential oil, you're going to use less for a kid. I'm going to give you an example. So I have 3 rollers here. This roller is Peter's, this roller is Jason's, and this roller is mine. For Peter's, I dilute it further. So let's say I just used 2 or 3 drops of thieves, the rest is carrier oil. For Jason and me, I'd probably use 5 to 10 drops, depending, and the rest is carrier oil. So in that way, you're just going to dilute. That's all it is. They're still going to get the amazing benefits. Let me see here. I have a daily routine with my son with our essential oils. They just make it so that we can manage our life, day routine and nighttime routine way better. And if you want further information on that, there's a beautiful kids line with Young Living. We can share you all the details and also plug you into resources that help you figure out how to add essential oils to your routine for you and your family and your babies and your little ones. Now, pregnancy, this is one that comes up a lot. Can I use oils while I'm pregnant? Yes, you can. Many essential oils are definitely safe to be used during pregnancy, but we want you to do your research always. With anything we're sharing, do your research, do your due diligence. You want us to point you in direction with more information? We sure can. We're happy to. So you just have to ask for it. Some oils, when you're pregnant, you may choose to stay away from during certain parts of your pregnancy time, those 40 weeks, you may choose to stay away from certain oils. There's more specifics on that. We are happy to send you an article that breaks that down. And I think I covered everything I had here on my end. Earline, did I miss anything, or did you think of anything that we might want to add in?
I think you covered everything. This was a lot of information. And the great thing about it is it's not to overwhelm anyone, but it's to be here for you to revisit. It's a recording. That's the whole beauty of it. You can listen to it while you're doing your dishes or you're cooking or you're outside or, milling about, driving in the car. Just listen to this again, because it is a lot of information and it's so helpful, but a lot of times it's helpful as you need it. You might hear some of the things that you covered, and because it's not, relative at the time, you kind of gloss over it, just goes over your head. But when something comes up, no, what did Doris say about what I should use when I get thieves in my eye? What did she say? What did she, carrier oil and putting it there. So the more we listen to this, the more we become familiar with what to do, and we can always come back to this information. You did a great job. Thank you for all that info.
Thanks, Earline. And this is through, at this point, 3 years of lots of research. And us wanting to make it easier for someone that's getting started to not feel overwhelmed. That's really our goal here. We want you to feel like you have the tools to succeed. So we want to thank you so much for being here. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. Add any questions to the comments here on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. It's Earline and Sincerely Doris Rojas, and we will be answering any of the questions you put in there. And also, we're going to stop the recording and we'll answer whatever questions you have here live with us. So thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Stop recording.